New Supergirl movie coming out. I'm not sure how it's gonna do. Supergirl is one of those characters that I don't think people were clamoring for when it came to a movie. I like Millie Alcock when she popped up in at the end of the last Superman movie. It was pretty. She was interesting. She was like a punk rock Supergirl, kind of drunk. We learned that Crypto in this version was her dog, so I mean it was kind of interesting. So you kind of look forward to the Supergirl movie a little bit, but then I saw the commercials of the movie and the trailers of the movie. I was like, I'm not sure this is what I like. I mean, Jason Momoa's in it, so Jason's always interesting, but I'm just not sure how it's gonna do. And to be honest, I really wanted to be successful. And you look at James Gunn. James Gunn, he's been in DC for a while. He came from Marvel, and James Gunn might say, "Listen, Iron Man was a second tier comic. Thor was, Captain America was, Ant-Man was. There was a lot of second tier comic book movies of characters in Marvel who wasn't Spider-Man and the Hulk and X-Men, and they became huge success. So I guess James Gunn, who also did Guardians of the Galaxy, Guardians of the Galaxy wasn't even second tier; it was like third tier, and that was a success. Even though I wasn't a big fan of those films, I guess James Gunn said, "Hey man, we did second tier comics in Marvel. Why can't we do a second tier comic in Supergirl?" But I don't know, man. Like Supergirl has a very interesting past. Helen Slater, she played the '80s Supergirl, and back then I don't think it was her fault. I think back then they just didn't know how to do comic book movies. You had Superman, Superman 2, but even the Christopher Reeves films after that wasn't that great. You had Howard the Duck. So back in the '80s, they was just trying to figure out how to do it. But the Helen Slater Supergirl wasn't bad, but it wasn't good enough. And then we have the Laura Vandervoot. She played Kara in Smallville. Very attractive woman. Smallville was on for like 20 years. Smallville was on forever. But I do think back then, if there was a chance to do a spinoff of Smallville, they should have done it with Supergirl. But they did do a spinoff of sorts. They had a different Supergirl, Melissa Benoist, and Melissa Benoist, her version was almost like a Devil Wears Prada Supergirl. It was her and Calista Flockhart. That first season that was on CBS, and I think the first season of Supergirl was always the best season because when they went to the CW, it was okay, but it wasn't as great as the first season. But her Supergirl is kind of nerdy, kind of quirky, but there was an enduring quality about her Supergirl. And then we have Sasha Calais. Sasha Calais, who's from Young and the Restless. She was Supergirl in the Flash movie, and to be honest, outside of Michael Keaton, she was probably the most interesting thing about that Flash movie. And you was hoping that her Supergirl, who's from a different universe because she has a different look, you was hoping that when James Gunn took over that he would make her Supergirl, but he went with the traditional blonde hair, blue eyed Supergirl, and not with the edgy, dark haired Supergirl, which I think might have been a better movie. Now Millie Alcock, I think Millie Alcock is a good actress. She's really good in Game of Thrones. I think that the thing is, and it's going to be kind of sounding kind of sexist, but there's an attractiveness factor. I mean, Alcock is a nice looking gal, but when it comes to comic book movies, there's got to be an attractive thing. Like, even if you look at the Superman, Christopher Reeve looked like a model, but he had an endearing personality that made him like the best Superman. So Christopher Reeve was good looking. Henry Cavill was a good-looking Superman. He was like way more buff, but he was a good-looking Superman. Even the Lois and Clark Superman with Dean Cain, even though Dean Cain has lost his mind over the past 10 years, he's turned hard right. Dean Cain was a good-looking Clark Kent. So even on the Superman side, all those guys were really good-looking dudes. And, Benoist is Supergirl, and Vandervoot, and Slater, they were all Sasha Callie, they were all good-looking Supergirls. I'm not saying Millie Alcock isn't, but when you're trying to have guys come in there and watch the film, there's got to be a fantasy factor that, wow, I really want to get with her. And I don't think Millie is that type of person. Some other communities are saying like, well, she's they could try to say that Supergirl is queer or bisexual or something like that. I don't remember her being that. but I do think if you want, and I know people hate the male gaze, but the male gaze spend a lot of money. Men are stupid. And if you have an attractive woman in a Supergirl outfit and the story's pretty good, they'll pay. So again, I haven't seen the film. I hope the film's all right. For Millie Alcock's sake, I hope it's a success. And one more thing, I think she likes playing Kara. I think she likes playing Supergirl, but I don't know if she loves playing it. And that's a big thing too. Like Tom Holland as Peter Parker Spider-Man. He's been playing Peter Parker Spider-Man for a long ass time, and he still loves playing that character. He played Peter Parker in his own Spider-Man films. He played it in the Avengers films. Like, he's been playing for a long time, but he still loves playing Peter Parker. Robert Downey Jr., even though Robert Downey Jr. made a ton of money playing Tony Stark, he loved being Mr. Stark. He was in a ton of Marvel movies. See, I don't think he ever got tired of playing Tony Stark, but they killed off Tony Stark in the Avengers. And now he's back as Dr. Doom. We have to see how that is. But, I mean, if you talk to Robert Downey Jr., he would probably play Tony Stark forever if he could. And even Christopher Reeve, even though he made some bad Superman movies, and that wasn't his fault, it's just the writing was horrible. I think he really loved playing Clark Kent. I think he really loved playing Superman. Yeah, he typecast him a bit, but I think he loved being the Man of Steel. Same thing with Henry Cavill. Henry Cavill wanted to come back playing Superman, but James Gunn was like, no. They brought him back for Black Adam. I think he's like, oh, okay, they bring me back. And then James Gunn's like, no, we're going a different direction. And we got this latest Superman. But Millie Alcock, I don't think she has that thing those guys had. Those guys love playing those characters. Hugh Jackman loved playing Logan. If it wasn't for his age and the dedication it takes to him to work out and to be Wolverine, I think Hugh Jackman would be playing Logan forever. Because he loves that character. And I'm not saying that Millie Alcock doesn't love playing Supergirl. And I'm sure if the film is a success, she'll play it. But I just don't know if she loves it like these other guys did. So what do you guys think of my theories? Do you think there's an attractiveness thing happening that James Gunn should have considered before casting Millie Alcock as Supergirl? Do you think Millie Alcock doesn't love the character as much as Downey and Jackman and Holland and Cavill and all these guys love playing their characters? And are you going to see the new Supergirl movie? You know, I mean, I'm not going to see it because it doesn't look good. I'm waiting for Spider-Man and the Avengers, but if you've gone seen it, let me know. Shout out to Melissa Benoist, man. She's my favorite Supergirl. Shout out to Glee.